everyone, and welcome back to both the Ruined City and more particularly this Manticore's Den. I hope that you are having a fine and lovely Tuesday. Hopefully you treated yourself a little bit and got some tacos or something to that variety. I myself got my usual Taco Bell and such. Hold on just a second. Sometimes calibrations go a little bit awry. But yes. So, tonight, the plan is that we are going to be playing Blades, Bows, and Magic. For those of you that might remember, we in fact did play this previously. However, we were just doing the demo back then. We got a free key from the developers on this one. So we'll be playing it again tonight. And then at the end, we're going to be giving away the other free key that they gave me. So if you would like to enter to win that, all you have to do is put in just 100 little channel points down there, get yourself an entry.
You're a loser, baby.
Drace is not vindictive at all about her third place spot. At all. But also, to that note, hello, welcome in, Drace. Congratulations on getting your coveted third spot. And I guess getting some minor music revenge on Valid for his past transgressions. Welcome in, Valid. I am glad to see you here again, my friend. That reminds me, I have a question for you. Do hit me with it. What you got? It's a valid reaction. Immediately going the dad joke route. Okay. I'll ask in DM. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, that's our plan tonight. Once again, thank you to Andy and the fine folks at Funk Games Collective. I appreciate them reaching out, and just a very minor short story to this effect. They did not mind whatsoever that I answered them like 2 or 3 weeks late on matters pertaining all of this, because they actually contacted me by my business email that I had posted in exactly 2 places, and that's it. So they actually went through the trouble of finding one of those 2 places to actually email me on a business email that I had not even fully set up yet. So that was pretty fucking cool of them. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. Second. Alrighty then. All right, Legs, you need to go back down there. All right. All right. In any case, welcome in, everyone. I hope that you have had a nice longer-ish, sure, why not, weekend. What did you get up to? Because it was pretty quiet over here at the den. We did get into a fair amount of 7 Days to Die. It seems like as long as we can get into a like collective, I guess, crafting survival game, that seems to be always, we have one running in the background somewhere. I I'd really like it eventually if Windrose came to console or something, but we'll have to see how it does first. And before I forget again, let me go ahead and tuck these wings away. They're going everywhere. All right. With those put away, yeah, that's pretty well been what I've been playing in the backdrop. Yeah, I am on to the idea that I want to get a dedicated server to play the PC version of Windrose, but I'm not precisely sure when I want to get started with that, because folks like the idea of it, but nobody has specifically said, oh yes, I plan on jumping in if you do that, or anything to that effect. So I don't think anybody's in a huge rush to get into it right now. But yeah, and scrolling back up a little bit further, Drace with the 15 visits. And valid on a 3 stream streak. Very nice. I don't know anything about it. So Age of Piracy, survival crafting. On land, it has sort of a Souls-based combat mechanic-ish. But then once you get out on the ocean, it is Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I know that you in particular, Drace, really, really loved. So I think you would like it if we had a way of actually getting it available for everyone. Yeah, that does kind of complicate things a tad bit, not having a running PC. All right, but I am already running behind because it doesn't matter when the fuck I start getting ready or how well I plan. I'm always a little bit late getting all the sensors and everything set, and then everything running and updated. So I'm not going to babble on for too much longer. Is there fort building? Yes, there is. There is a whole building aspect to it. I don't know that it's specifically fort based, like you need to do naval fort. Is it always online fort building? It is PvE only, actually. I don't know that the enemy factions come and attack your buildings or anything. I don't know enough about it yet, at least not on that point. Anywho, I have babbled for long enough. Let me go ahead and get the game started so I can push us on over there here in a second. And Legs, would you please chill out down there? All right, so for anyone who was not with us last time around when we did the demo of Blades, Bows, and Magic, the basic premise of it is you have 3 types of cards: mages, archers, warriors. Follows the rock, paper, scissors kind of format in that there is a rotation of who beats who. But it very, very quickly gets complicated because not only do you have a commander card that has a special ability attached to it that modifies how combat plays out, but the cards themselves also have very interesting abilities attached to each one of them as well. So it's not as straightforward as it sounds. And besides just the single player campaign, which I will primarily be sticking to tonight because I'm not a PvP person, there is the wow, I lost that whole fucking train of thought. It just went off the tracks and into the wilderness. I'll be sticking to single player. There is a PvP multiplayer mode. But if you like the sound of all of this, feel free to check it out for yourself. Even if you don't get the key at the end of the night tonight, it is on sale right now because they just got going not that long ago. And I believe there's a medieval sale going on right now on Steam. So, and And we will push on over into the big screen here in a second, but let me get us set up to go. Da-da-da, da-da-da. All right, there we go. All right, away we go. All right, so we are back here again. And as I said, I will primarily be sticking to the single player tonight. However, comma, we do need to go in here and do something a little special because it is recommended that with the various cards that you pick up over time by playing the campaign, they actually put out a code that you can unlock a special commander, champion, however you want to put it, right off the bat. I believe that was defense to die 4. Yep, Chieftain Hack-On over there. However, he is pretty OP, so if you want, you can play with him, obviously, but it is highly recommended by the devs that you start by playing the regular campaign and then just kind of pick up Chieftain Hack-On whenever you're going back through, or if you just need a little extra help. So that's primarily what we're going to be sticking to tonight, is playing it in a regular manner-ish. All right, I might regret not practicing, but you know what, we're gonna get into. Oh, this transferred all of my data from the demo, didn't it? It sure as fuck did. Oh boy. Well, you know what, chat? You know what? We're gonna go for it anyhow. All right. So we have two directions that we can head off into. One is heading over towards this very large looking castle structure, and then the other appears to be heading over into these ruins. This seems like a rather oh my god, this map is much larger than I thought it was going to be. It's not impossibly huge, but damn, it is fairly large. All right. Yeah, we're gonna see about cutting off into the wilderness first. But I believe last time around when we did play, the last thing that we unlocked was King Baron, and that was sort of the ultimate boss of the demo. So we're gonna pick up with him. All right, so we do have our little key here. So warriors beat archers, archers beat mages, mages beat warriors. But then there are also sub rules down here. If a card transforms, that takes place first, then defense, then offense. So, we need to be a spear thrower archer right off the bat. Okay, before attack, free attack, and enemy mage or archer directly behind the front line. Okay, so we don't want to place a major archer behind our first guy. Poisoned arrow. You disable the ability of an enemy major archer directly behind them. Okay, same sort of ordeal. All right, what is your blessing? On round start with 2 adjacent friendly orc units in formation, heal 1 health. That sounds like a pain in the ass, but let's be about it, I guess. All right, so we are going to start with the Legion Mage, who transforms into a warrior that counters our archer. We will put the Elven Defender behind him so that maybe Poison Arrow doesn't take effect. Then on attack, break through all shields of an... Oh, okay. And then we need a mage. Transform into a copy of the unit directly behind you. Okay, well, there's not going to be a unit behind us, so we'll get the Conjurer going. And remember, I am prefacing this before anything else gets going. I was already having a little bit of a tough time by the time we got to the end of the tutorial, so I do not guarantee that you will see exhaustively amazing gameplay. It's just going to be a lot of me talking to myself, but hopefully that's amusing to you. All right, let's go. Okay, yeah, you gained 1 health back. Okay, good. Okay, they both took each other out. Okay. Not a bad start to the evening. I'm sorry, like my trackers keep getting a little funky. There we go. Alright, so you guys are disabling the ability of whoever's immediately behind the front line. Alright, so we'll take the Axeman in here to lead us off. Okay, we'll... Okay, we'll go ahead and put an archer in there, because whether or not that actually fires off isn't going to matter too much to us. But then, as insurance, we'll keep the bandit druid there in the back. Nice. See, that was unfortunate. However, okay, we're doing all right so far. Okay, he's not going to heal this round because he doesn't have 2 orcs. Round start free tag. Okay, so we basically have to have a mage on the front in order to bypass that. You're taking an enemy directly behind the front line. Hey, there's the lovely folks themselves. What's going on, Funk Games Collective? Per your recommendation, I'm not starting with our boy Chieftain Hakon. I'm attempting to play it correctly. I am attempting. But yeah, if you are not familiar with them, these are the same folks who also are behind that lovely little concept we played the other day, Sludgeoneers. Oh, it's always tempting whenever somebody gives you the keys to the kingdom, in a proverbial sense. But, yeah, we will be giving away a key for this particular game at the end of the evening if you would like to enter a chance to win that down in the channel points section. But let's get back to it, shall we? Okay, so Berserk Rage doesn't fire off because there's a mage in front. But then we still need to deal with 2 types of archers. Let's redraw. Okay, Legion Warrior, hell yes. So, in theory, he would take care of those 2, but he will not have Camaraderie firing off. And you know what? Just for extra insurance, we'll put the Bandit Druid in the back. Because if our Legion Warrior dies... Oh. I think I need to duck down out of the frame a little bit more. Actually, you know what? Let me make that quick adjustment. Alright. I'm gonna duck down here because my freaking tennis balls are getting in the way a little bit. So you're gonna see less of me today down here, but you'll be able to see more up there. Okay, I think that formation should get us. Let's see it. Ooh, okay, I didn't count on that. Even better than I originally thought, though. Oh, okay, I hit 2 achievements at the same time. Untouchable and another one? Okay, let's see. We'll pick up the Savage first. Okay, so I guess we're moving out into Orc lands here. So, oh boy. All right. So because the Bandit Druid is behind the front line over there, we will have to deal with that Orc Savage again after he dies. But it is possible we can also play Legion Archer. I wish we had... Shit, I wish we had picked the Orc Skirmisher now. Oh well. Mage or Archer. And then... We're not going to get through this real clean, but I think we can still pull it off. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, that's what I expected. Okay, okay. See, we got through that pretty all right. You'll wishlist this? Hey, I'm having fun with it. I will be the first to tell you I am not good at the whole rock, paper, scissors kind of format, but I'm having fun with this. Okay, so, we need a mage up front. It can't be the Conjurer because we need someone who is not going to change class. Yeah. Retro. Hi, welcome in. That is very, very cold, okay? I want you to know that water is stored underground. It gets very cold. Very cold. Okay, well, it's a little late for the quiet lurker redeem, but I swear I didn't breathe on the water. I'm suspicious now. I'm suspicious now. But all right, that was the first hydrate of the evening, so I will go ahead and give the double. Why do you sit under a hatch for said cold water? I don't. There's a little gym sprite up there named Larry. He holds onto the bucket until one of you says, "Okay, go dump it." So, yeah. I've entered the raffle. I'm valid in disguise for this purpose. Okay, I will keep that in mind. And Retro, congratulations on getting first, because Valid and Trace like to fight over third. And Retro, if you haven't already, you can actually enter the giveaway down in the channel redeems if you want to for this game. Alright, I need to re-roll one of these. Please let it be a mage. Okay, Legion Mage, we can work with that. So with that, Savage Fury should not take effect, but we will have to deal with the Orc Savage again, because the Bandit Druid is here. And then we need an Archer to deal with said Bandit Druid. So that will be taken care of by our Elven Ranger. On round start, move to the back line and free attack. Oh wait, that's just on round start. So if I put them... Okay, it's not going to matter when their individual turn comes up. So that still works. And then we have a spear thrower in the back. Okay, we'll start with the Bandit Axeman, but then... See, that complicates things because the Orc Savage is going to get back around to us. But worst case scenario, if none of our cards survive, because we do have... Okay. I know that y'all can't read it back here. But King Bear in my little Commander Chieftain card, however you want to put it, his ability is, on round end, if no friendly units survived, summon an Elven Defender Warrior. Is a chat box for the raffle a good idea? So the way it's going to work is that at the end of the evening, I am actually going to take all of the names. You can't see it, but there is a list over here. I'm going to take all the names. I'm going to put them into a nice little spinny wheel to randomize them, and we're just going to spin and see who wins it. So that's how that one's gonna work. All right, let's see it. Oh, that is... None of that is how I planned for it. Yeah, none of that went the way I planned. But again, emergency commander card. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start off with the Axeman. Then we have to deal with 2 warriors after that. Let's re-roll once. Okay, that actually works pretty well for us, because then we can also put the Elven Conjurer in the back, and they won't change classes because they won't be using their polymorph ability, because there's nothing behind them. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, that was a good one. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Animation detail is so fun. It really is. They had some fun. Like, somebody was very passionate about their project here. So we are in dire need of mage. Okay, I can work with that. So that should cancel Berserker Rage. Then we have to deal with an archer. We'll put in the Legion Warrior there. And then friendly unit dies in front. You can't redraw twice, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the Orc Savage back in here, because the way it'll work out, their Legion Warrior is going to see the unit in front of them die, so he'll have a shield, but the Orc Savage can at least break through it in one go, and then our emergency card should come into play. If that all goes to plan. Okay, went slightly better than I was even thinking that it was. I don't think I've actually seen an Orc Shaman yet. On round start, protect each adjacent friendly unit with a shield. Huh. That makes it pretty strong for a middle card. Let's pick it up. I'm probably gonna regret it next round, just for the purposes of I'm probably gonna need the archer orc again. But okay, this one is gonna be for our chief card. Once again, going in with our famous elf friend. Ooh, all right, he's got 7 HP this time, and he can tick up 1 health every time he has 2 adjacent units that are orcs. In this case, he won't, but yikes. Okay, we'll play you in the middle. We'll play the Conjurer up front. And then just to make things extra spicy with the fucking shield, put the Elven Defender in there too. Let's see how this shit plays out. Oh, there's another two achievements. Spicy! I love it! Alright, let's see if we can pull off a couple more of those, huh? Okay, we'll throw the Orc Savage up there first. Then we're gonna have to deal with the Bandit Druid. Okay, even if we kind of fuck this up too much, our emergency card will still deal with the Orc Skirmisher coming back, because he will be revived because of the Bandit Druid here in the second slot on their side. So... go ahead and put the Archer up there, and then... Orc Shaman... I think this should still all work out. Just not as cleanly as that last round did. Oh yeah. Plan's already gone, all the shit. And cue the emergency card. I can still work with that. Let's re-roll one of the... Okay, well, it's... Okay, sure, it's another Bandit Druid. Why not? Okay. So then we'll need ourselves Warrior to deal with the Archer, and then... that damn Bandit Druid. Okay. We'll beat him, but then we'll be up against another Skirmisher. Worst case scenario, again, emergency card should kick in. But we'll be keeping it a break even. Just because they're... Yeah, okay, never mind. This is gonna go a completely different way than I was expecting. Okay. Break even is still good. I will take it. Did not play out the exact way that I thought, though. Okay, so... Nope, let's get the Legion Mage up front. Okay, our Legion Mage will be a warrior by the time that the Archer comes up, so that won't matter. Oh, but we do have to deal with a shield on our Archer there. So can we... Hold that thought, hold that thought. Not quite what I meant. Oh well. Alright, in the worst case, the Legion Warrior should counter the shield that the Archer will be getting from the Shaman. And then we just need to deal with the mage on that one. I think we're good. However, comma. Oh, shit. That did not go to plan. Damn it. Okay, Legion Mage once again. But then we will have to deal with a Legion Warrior that has a shield because the Axeman will die first. Oh, you can double up on that. Hell yeah. And then the archer in the back. I think this should work. I always think that I have a grasp on how this is going to play out, and then something will inevitably go out of order and fuck up my entire idea. Like as such. However, emergency card. That emergency card on King Baron is it's an ass saver. I'll give it that one. Let me shift around here a little bit. All right, so put the Orc Shaman here in the middle, and the Elven Conjurer up front so that they get a shield. And we have to deal with the Bandit Druid there in the back. But I think a Bandit Axeman should take care of it. Fingers crossed, chat. Let's see it. Once again, things never go how I think they're going to. But hey, look at that, we won. We got our final Orc card, and then... Oh, okay, this one is for the Chief card. So this will be the hardest out of the Orc set. Yeah, exactly. It worked. That's the important bit. Actually, hold on for a second. There you guys are. I was wondering where the hell y'all were at. Alright, so... Tyrant Velkaroth? Alright, well that looks strictly demonic up there. Let's see about War Chief Lasgub first. Okay. That is not what I wanted. Let's start transforming to a copy of the unit directly behind you. That doesn't really work all that well for us in this one. Especially since the enemy berserker, well, the enemy bandit axeman is going to start with a shield. So we're already kind of not in a great position. However, comma, what if we play it like this? I feel like this has some validity to the idea. We'll see how it goes, though. Oh my god. Okay, well, Look at this guy. Little fucking spearman that could. Okay. Alright. We'll do Legion Mage, followed by a Bandit Druid. And then I suppose a Legion Archer to counter the Orc Shaman on the other side. Ooh, 2 shields. That's unfortunate. All of this is highly unfortunate. Except... Say it with me now. Emergency card. That is an interesting lineup. Okay, I think that should work. Okay, that was a very lucky draw on that one. Very lucky draw indeed. All right. Okay, Berserker Rage shouldn't queue off, but he will have another shield I need to contend with. What if we do our own Orc Shaman there, and then... maybe the Skirmisher... hold on, hold on. This seems like it could go horribly wrong, but I'm not going to overthink it. Oof. Okay, draw, not the worst option. See, this is what I kind of mean, chat, when it gets that it's very, I guess, how would you even say it? Very cognitive in how you have to formulate who you're going to use where and why. So it's a very simple concept, but they do some very interesting shit with it. All right, this may in fact fuck me up real hard, but let's see how it goes. All right, another tie, not the worst. All right, Orc Savage, but he will have a shield, so we need to... We need to deal with the shaman if we can. Don't ask me why, but I feel like this is going to be an interesting result. We're taking an HP knock on this one. I wasn't wrong, though. Still an interesting result. Okay, so to deal with the spear thrower, we're going to put the Axeman out front. On round start, he gets a free attack because this is an archer. Then we ourselves need to deal with a shaman. And then in the back, we have an orc savage. So we'll play an orc shaman back there just so our skirmisher has an extra little shield barrier for us. Yes, Lasgub, I see your shenanigans in effect. Okay, yeah. And then Lasgup is going to go back up to 6 HP now because they've got 2 orcs right next to each other. Okay, we're going to put the Orc Savage up front because their Skirmisher is going to start with a shield. So he'll break directly through that. The Shaman will kill off our Savage. So then we ourselves need an Archer to deal with the Shaman and the Druid. The Druid is actually going to have a shield to work with. And then the Druid is actually going to bring back the Shaman again. I think we have the advantage on this one, though. Yes, go back up to your 6 HP. You jackass. Taking him back down to 5. I can work with that. The Chieftain card fights are always the hardest. I feel like you can probably consider those to be the boss fights. Okay. Deploying our Savage to deal with the Skirmisher, but the Skirmisher, if we put a Major Archer in the second slot, he's going to disable their ability. And we'll put a Spear Thrower there, and oh, wait. We have more problems beyond that. Hold on. That is not what I wanted. Hell. Okay, how about this? We have the Orc Savage deal with the Skirmisher, but the Skirmisher is going to have an extra shield. So we bring our Warrior out to play, Legion Warrior. He will have himself a shield, presumably get through the Shaman. And then bringing up the rear, we have our Legion Mage, who should. Let me say that again, should. There's a lot of shoulds when I play. Deal with the Axeman in the back. Again. Rude. All right, they've got us on our back foot with this one. Okay, so Spear Thrower. Spear throw is automatically going to have another shield. Alright, let's redraw the shaman. Hey, not really what I was wanting. Shit. Oh well. Okay, so... what if we do this then? Spear thrower is going to get going to have his ability disabled. Because it is not an archer or a mage in the second slot. Our elven defender is going to put an extra shield on our conjurer, who is going to become a defender because she polymorphs. But then we still have to deal with the damn orc shaman. So we'll put the skirmisher in there to play. And the savage, I don't even know. We'll see how it plays out. Damn it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this round. Okay. Put our mage up there with transmutation against the axeman, whose berserk rage will not fire off because it's a mage on the front line. But then he's going to be put back at the end because the bandit druid is going to bring him back. We'll see about playing the orc skirmisher, perhaps. And then we'll put our polymorph conjurer in the back there to deal with the bandit axeman if he comes back around. No, when he comes back around. When/if, whatever. You get the idea. Okay. Good, good. Alright, yeah, you got a shot in on him. It's a pity I can't forcibly summon the emergency card. Okay. Oh, shit. That's not tasty RNG. Huh. Okay. We will play the Axeman first because he does get a free attack on a frontline archer or warrior. So that should deal with him. But then the Legion warrior behind him is going to have a shield. So how about we put our own defender up there? And then in the very back, we have an archer, but I guess we'll try like the spear thrower there in the back. This is a little bit of a harder lineup. Okay. That's not the worst, but we are going to have to kind of make up a little bit of difference there. Because he can keep on regaining health, we can't. This is all sorts of fucked up. Okay, so we need to deal with the spear thrower. We'll go with the savage first. But if we try to put a mage or an archer in the second slot, they're going to have their ability. Oh no, they're just going to be flat out pre-attacked. Okay, what if we bring a shield into the mix then? And then... hopefully the bandit druid deals with the orc savage in the back. Then we have a defender sitting back there just in case that's revived if something goes sideways. Yeah. Okay. This has potential. I'm not going to say a damn thing other than that. Ooh, hold on. Damn it. Either way it goes, whoever's sitting in front is going to catch a stray immediately. Because the axeman is going to get a free attack on archers or warriors. And if I do my shaman, then he's going to get sniped by the legion archer as soon as he enters combat. Okay, so then what if we use an axeman to cancel out the other axeman? And the archer won't queue. Presumably, though, our legion warrior on our side is going to pick up a free shield when the axeman dies and deal with the two archers over there. And I guess just to add more shenanigans, let's throw the Arc Shaman in the back who will give a shield to our Legion Warrior. Let's cross our fingers. Oh. Look at that shit. I don't know if y'all saw that, but behind me, we only had 1 HP left. So that was a nice little come from behind victory. All right, and that unlocks War Chief Lasga before us. Hell yeah. All right. So let's drift back in the other direction a little bit. I don't know where he lays on the difficulty spectrum, but let's try Dreadlord Nexarus. Nexarus? Before we move on into, demonic territory on the other side. You know what? We've had pretty good work being done here with King Varen, so I'm going to keep on riding that. If hit on round loss, attack the enemy champion for 1 damage? Huh. Well. Shit. So we either have to do more damage per round than Dreadlord, or we need, like, the Orc regeneration ability. Damn. Alright, well, let's see where we can go with it. Okay, he's using village cards, which makes me highly suspicious. But I guess we'll see how it goes. Mage deal with the warrior. Savage to deal with the hunter. Spear thrower to deal with the cleric if need be. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Oh, so now you're throwing your normal cards in. Okay. So what are we looking at here? On death, curse the enemy attacker to guarantee it loses its next fight. Shit. Okay. We're getting a little spicy now. Damn. Okay, we'll need to do the Orc Savage to deal with the Archer, but then the Orc Savage is going to lose the next fight against the Bone Warrior. I feel like he would have anyways, though. But we'll play a Bandit Druid there. After death on round end, resurrect for 1 last stand. So we'll have to deal with your ass again. And then there's a Village Cleric that we also need to contend with. should be able to deal with the cleric with our spear thrower, but then I think our bone warrior is going to come back around for us, and that's going to get ugly. We're still also going to have our own warrior in that case, but... Yes, we technically won the round, but we're not doing enough damage to actually beat him at this rate. Okay, our druids will deal with the militia, but then with the bone archer, we need one of our legion warriors. He'll get cursed. He'll have a shield, but he'll be cursed, so I'm not sure how that balances out. And then... dealing with the cleric in the back again. Oh, wait. If a friendly unit enters a fight directly in front of you, free attack on a frontline enemy major archer. That might save us a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. This is where we really have to hope that when we kill him, he doesn't get his retaliatory strike. We don't really need two polymorphs. Damn it. Okay. Hold that thought. Okay, on round start, free attack. But then you'll come back around and we'll have to deal with your ass again, is the problem. I think we're just fated to lose this one, unfortunately. Because both of these warriors are going to come back after we deal with the cleric. So we would need something like mage, warrior, mage. And we got exactly one polymorph. So that's not great. That's all I've really got right there. I don't know what else we need to... I don't know what other options we necessarily have. I think we're just gonna lose this one. Hold. That was close. That was close, chat. Oh boy. Okay. I'm adding the Bone Warrior to our collective just because, God, he is a thorn in the ass. Hmm. So, as much as I do like King Varen, if with the whole retaliatory strike thing, I almost feel like we need Chieftain Brynjar. But it is gonna fuck with like the order that I have in my head of how all these things play out. If a friendly unit is killed, grant the unit directly behind a free attack on the killer. We'll roll with it. We'll see what we can do. Oh boy. Okay, let's redraw our defender. Orc Shaman. Okay, we can work with this. Okay, the Orc Shaman will take out the Axeman. Berserker Rage won't queue because it is a mage. Then up against the Bone Warrior, Shaman should still win. But then he will lose automatically on the next round against the Spear Thrower. So we need a warrior in place there. And oh wait, you're gonna come back around, aren't you? All right, so we'll put the Elven Conjurer back there when you pop back up. Okay. We can work with this. Okay. Okay, Legion Mage will take care of the Bone Warrior. Then once the Spear Thrower comes up, the Legion Mage will become a Legion Warrior. Deal with him. Bone Necromancer. If a friendly adjacent unit dies, summon a Bone Archer on the back line. Okay, so that being the case, to avoid preemptive strike from the Spear Thrower, we do need another warrior there. Need the Legion Archer to deal with the Necromancer, but then that's... Oh boy. Hold on. Okay, so the Bone Warrior will die. That puts him in the back in the 4th slot. And then the Bone Necromancer, when the Spear Thrower dies, they'll put a Bone Archer behind him. So we would technically need another mage, and then... Oh boy. You see what I mean? It gets complicated. Just go. Complicated. So yeah, now we're 2 behind as far as health is concerned. Okay, you're immediately going to become a Bone Warrior and be a pain in my ass. So we'll start with Legion Mage. As you're going to become a warrior, the mage should be able to deal with both of y'all. Then... Really? I think this is about as best we can do for this round. Because Legion Mage should be able to deal with the 2 Bone Warriors. But then when Necromancer goes up to bat, the Mage will die, but then the Legion Warrior will get a shield. Hopefully that lets him push on through and deal with the Necromancer, but then the 2 Bone Warriors are going to pop back up. Our Bandit Druid should be able to deal with them, and then because the Legion Warrior died, he will be the 4th one in line. At that point, I think... Let's see it. Okay, to the back line. To the back line. Okay. You're dealt with. You're dealt with. Okay, you're gonna lose to the Bone Pile or the Bone Warrior on the next one. I get the free shot there, and I get to revive him. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so next round I have to hit him for more than 1 HP, or we lose. Okay, so let's see how we can make this even more complicated. Okay, so Bone Warrior should be able to deal with the Spear Thrower. Hey Claude, welcome in. How you doing? We're having some fun with trying to mentally map out which cards affects which cards. A stretch, I got you. Good stretch. And Claude, if you happen to find yourself particularly interested in the game that you see before you, which I would recommend myself, you can enter for a shot to win a free Steam key tonight, just down in the points section. Doing pretty well. Found my brother's Dark Charizard card today. He was pretty happy. That is awesome to hear, actually. I'm glad you were able to do that. God, I remember like the Team Rocket packs back in the day with like the dark versions of different Pokemon. That was the time. Okay, so our Bone Warrior should be able to deal with the Spear Thrower. He will lose to the Bone Necromancer. So we need a bandit spear thrower. And I believe when the bone warrior dies, our spear thrower should get a free shot at the necromancer. Da, 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 da. But preemptive strike might kick in either way. But then we still have to deal with another bone warrior. And then there's going to be a bone archer that pops in behind him, which might just completely jack us up. Let's reconsider that for a second. Oh, well, the spear thrower probably would have fucked us up anyways, because before attack, free attack on an enemy mage or archer directly behind the front line. So... Presumably, we might be able to get by with this. But then there's going to be a need to deal with a bone warrior in the back with a mage because he'll be fifth in line. Jesus. We'd still need to put. You can see how this game gets really, really complicated. I guess we'll just have to deal with the conjurer in the back in hopes that it works at this point. Let's send it and see how it goes. Damn. Okay. This game is interesting. It is. Previously, we played it on the Next Fest demo days. And the nice folks over there at the Funk Games Collective actually reached out and said, hey, you know, why don't you have a look at Sludgeoneers as well? So we had a lot of fun with that. And then they were, kind enough to extend us a couple keys. So I'm actually playing this for free. And they gave me a spare one to give away. So if you'd like to enter for a chance on that one, you can. We'll be drawing that at the end of the evening. Or if you don't end up getting it from that, you can also pick it up on sale right now because it is, I think, roughly $9-ish. It's a pretty good sale. All right. Let's just real quickly, let's go back over to the other side and see how Tyrant Velkaroth plays his battles out. And because I don't know what I'm getting into, I'm going to start up there with King Varen again, who has the emergency card if all of our main guys are defeated. Demon Possession. If killed by an enemy mage, possess the mage and then move them to the back line. I have to assume that that means the enemy back line. And of course you have the fucking bone cards now. On round win, if a friendly demon damages the enemy champion, attack for 1 extra damage. Oh, you piece of shit. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we'll make sure that the mage is not brought in there then. We'll just break even on the first one. Legion Warrior will go in there with a shield, but then he'll also still have a curse on him that guarantees he loses his next fight. What if we have an Orc Shaman and we give him 2 shields? What happens then? We'll see. Ooh, okay. Alright, so Death Curse overrules shielding. Noted. Grapple Spear. Before attack, if facing an enemy mage or archer with a shield stick. Hi, Drace. You throwing me a snack there? You throwing a fish at me? What's up? Yeah. There y'all go, getting Jerry to dump the bucket of water on me again. That is just, it's rude. It's... Y'all rude. So rude. Disrespect. No respect. No respect at all. Actually, hold on for a second for me. Dun, 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 dun. Go. Posture check. Okay. Both feet are on the floor. I am sitting upright and adjusting the lumbar pillow. I think... Yeah, I think we're doing all right. All right. So, enemy mage or archer with a shield, steal the shield. So we need a warrior immediately. Are your fingers on home row? I am not following Mavis Beacon rules. We're not going down that road. My lady love Mavis Beacon inquires. Yeah, well, she's no, we're not following her rules. It's not happening. Okay, so then the Bone Warrior will deal with the Lancer. No problem there. The Bone Warrior and the Demon Blade will take each other out, thankfully. But then we need a mage. And I'll throw an Elven Defender in there just for an extra shield. That's a pretty good hit. That's a pretty good one. Okay, all right, our bandit axeman will deal with the lancer before the actual attack phase because he gets the free attack on front line, archers and warriors. But then the orc savage will take him out, and we'll still have to deal with the bone warrior. But he will immediately be taken out by the druid. When he revives, it'll just be a case of he pops back up and immediately gets smacked down by the same druid. And I guess I'll put an orc skirmisher there for shits and giggles. Wait. Hold on. I got an idea. Well, if we're following Final Fantasy logic, if the bandit druid tries to cast revive on the bone warrior, that'll just kill him. I don't think that sort of interaction would be programmed in, but I'm not taking that chance. Would be kind of funny, though, not gonna lie. Get your ass back out here. Yeah, give me that demon blade. That sounds like a pain in the ass to deal with. Alright, what does Demon Warlock do? Summon circle on death, summon a demon blade warrior on the back line. Okay. Wow, that's... Y'all are just a pair of assholes. Gotcha. Okay, so we will let... We'll let this Demon Blade tie with this other one. Then we need the Skirmisher to deal with the Warlock and the Necromancer. The problem is going to be... It puts a Demon Blade Warrior on the back line, followed by a Bone Archer. Maybe if we have the Orc Shaman, though? Not great odds either way that goes, I'm afraid. Let's see how it plays out, though. Let's see. Okay, better than I thought. Better than I was planning for. Okay. Okay, Demon Blade will deal with the Lancer and tie with this other Demon Blade. He'll get his shit rocked by the Demon Warlock, though. So we'll put the Archer back there. And then on the Warlock's death, he's going to summon another warrior. In which case, I guess we'll put the Axeman in there. We'll, like I said, my mental mapping gets a little fuzzy sometimes when we're working through all these. Thank fuck for that emergency card. We've at least tied things up now. Okay, we'll start off with an Orc Shaman. That'll deal with the Bone Warrior. But he will tie with the Warlock then. And that'll put another Warrior on the back line. We'll put the Legion Warrior out there to deal with the Orcish Skirmisher. And then there'll be two warriors back behind him, because the Bone Warrior will revive, and then the Demon Warlock will also revive. There is something going on with the interplay of killing a Demon Warrior with a mage, though. So maybe if we put the Orcish Skirmisher in here, on attack, disable the ability of an enemy Major Archer directly behind the front line enemy. Hopefully this works. You can tell I sound so sure of myself throughout all of this bullshit. Still surprisingly did much better than I was expecting. Okay. No. Okay, we can beat the Archer with the Demon Blade, but then he's automatically going to lose no matter what on the next round. So what if we put the Legion Mage in there, because he'll automatically transform into a warrior instead. He'll get cursed by the Bone Archer. He'll lose the next round against the Demon Blade, but because he's a warrior then he won't get possessed. And then once we get to the Necromancer back there, I'm kind of tempted to play the Demon Blade there just to see how it works, because I have not personally fallen into that trap yet. Just to yank his ass over. But then Demon Blade comes back around. You know what? Let's do some real chaotic shit. Let's set up to both revive and possess the Necromancer on the other side. How about it? Let's see the fucking chaos. Let's see it. Yep. Our warrior loses. Those two both kill each other. Both can revive. They knock each other out. Okay. Did not quite go how I planned, but it still worked. Still worked. Exactly. You gotta embrace the chaos. Alright, we'll re-roll one of our polymorphs here. Okay, here's where it's going to get a little bit tricky because the last one in the lineup is going to be able to steal any shields that we put on our guys. So... But what if they don't have any shields at that point, I wonder? We need to put a polymorph in the back because the Bone Warrior will resurrect and put himself in the 4th slot. Okay, so under this logic, the Defender and the Warrior will take each other out. Okay, just gone. And the Bone Warrior will move back into the 4th slot. The Warrior and the Demon Blade will take each other out. Or will try to, but because our Legion Warrior had somebody in front of him die, he'll have a shield. So he'll take out the Demon Blade. So then when he goes up against the Lancer there, he won't have a shield. And our Warrior will be able to beat him. But when the Bone Warrior pops back up, that... we'll probably finally take out our Legion Warrior, but we have the Conjurer as a backup. I think this should work, though. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah. All right. All good. They clash. Our polymorph gets to do the 1 damage. There we go. Hell yeah. Give me that Demon Warlock. Again, we're gonna stick with our main guy, King Varen, up there. Okay. Immediate usage. We're going to put our Demon Warlock into play against the Bandit Axeman so his Berserk Rage doesn't queue. Then he will go up against the enemy Warlock. They'll both put Demon Blade Warriors in the back. Shit. Okay. Okay, what about this? On attack, disable the ability of an enemy mage or archer directly behind the front line enemy. Maybe that will prevent the Demon Blade Warrior from popping back up, but then we still need to deal with this guy back here. Possess the mage and then move them to the back line. don't like it. I don't like it one bit. What if we give him a shield? That's all I can think to do. That's all I can think to do. This was probably going to get really ugly. Okay, how's this work? Oh, that's... Ooh, shit, I knew that's... Oh, wait, what? What? I don't... Oh, okay. I don't understand that interaction. All right. Whatever. We'll keep moving. I'll try to keep that in mind though. Damn. Okay, we'll put the demon blade up here. He'll deal with the lancer. He and the warlock will square off. And then I'll get to possess the demon warlock this time. Then we have to deal with the bone warrior. The Legion Mage will deal with the bone warrior. Then he'll resurrect, I think, and try to go up against the Legion Mage again. I don't know if the Demon Warlock is going to go back over to that side, though, is the only problem. We'll put an Orc Skirmisher in there just for shits and giggles. That's all I can think to do. Okay, possess him. Yoink. Okay, yep, you go down. Pop back up as a bone warrior. We take you out. Oh, okay. I'm still not sure, like, why my orc guy who got possessed came back over to our side, but I'm sure it's just an interaction I can't completely wrap my head around quite yet. We might get there. Okay, free attack. He'll take care of the Lancer and the Bone Archer both, but then he'll automatically lose the next round against the Bone Warrior. So we will put Demon Warlock back there to deal with the Bone Warrior. And then I don't think our third card really matters that much at that point. But I'll put a Legion Archer in there just for shits and giggles, I guess. As I said, tonight is just going to be a whole lot of me talking. Talking out loud. Okay, still proceeding at a pretty good pace. Oh, and it looks like my hands have frozen, so let me reboot those real quick. I'm really hoping that we get to the next software level with them. Because it's like, right now, Claude, damn it! Quit trying to give me a hand. Quit it. Quit it. I'm fixing it, all right? I'm fixing it. In the next version of the software for the hands, it should stop freezing every stream, is what they're allegedly saying. Come on, connect my other hand. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the Bone Archer is going to start out with a shield. I'm actually okay with this. On attack, disable the ability of an enemy mage or archer directly behind them. The defensive capability is going to fire off before the offensive one, so that's not going to work for us. This is a spicy lineup. Okay. So the Bone Archer is going to start with an extra shield. But because we have the Bandit Axeman playing first, he gets a free attack. So when they actually do their turn, he will win that round. He will lose to the Orc Shaman. But then we can deal with the Shaman with the Orc Skirmisher. And then the Demon Warlock will be going up. But... oh, wait. He'll probably be dealt with by said Orc Skirmisher. Except for he has another shield. Shit. So what if we possess him then and yank him over to our side? How about that? I think that should work. Maybe? I don't think the possession really cares about like what kind of shields are going on. Okay, possess him. One more. One more. Come on. Why are you powering up to throw hands there, Claude? Okay, we can get spiteful too. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's true. It's true. So the Bone Warrior will go up against the Bone Archer. He'll win that round, but then he'll get cursed, so he'll automatically lose the next round against the Demon Lancer, weirdly enough. So then we need to bring in our Orc Savage to beat his ass. But the Orc Savage is going to lose to the Demon Warlock immediately afterwards. And we don't have an Archer to play at all, or a redraw. So how about we just get, like, real spiteful? Wait. Hold on. I'm probably way overthinking this, but it's funny nonetheless. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go the spiteful route. We're gonna we're gonna create 2 more bone warriors, basically. Because we're gonna have the conjurer polymorph into a bone warrior. Take care of all this shit. And the demon warlock is probably gonna beat their ass regardless. Because even if he loses, it's gonna just summon another demon warrior. So maybe we throw the Legion Mage there in the back for shits and giggles. But that way our Bone Warriors, plural, will pop back up as the 4th and 5th spots, and one of them will be able to take out the Demon Blade Warrior. Will it work? We'll see. Other out. You summon a Demon Blade, but I have 2 Bone Warriors that actually pop back up. They'll take each other out. We hit the other guy. Tyrant for 1 HP for the win. We did it. We did it, chat. Alright, and with that we have collected every demon card except for Tyrant Velkaroth himself. So what say you about us collecting that card over there? Okay. Okay, this actually works out in our favor. His Orc Shaman over there is going to give a shield to the Demon Warlock. However, our Lancer is going to steal that shield and use it to beat ass down the line. Then a Demon Blade Warrior will pop up in the 4th slot. But he will possess a mage if we killed him with a mage. And then a Bone Archer will be back behind that. So we have a warrior and an archer. Okay, hold on. Demon Lancer will basically beat all their asses down the line, but Demon Blade Warrior will pop up on the 4th one. But our Demon Lancer should, weirdly enough, still have his shield by then, so he would win the fight potentially with the Demon Blade Warrior, so we wouldn't have to worry about possession. But then we still have to contend with the Bone Archer back there, so we'll put in Demon Blade and Orc Savage? Let's see. Yeah, yoink that shield! Take each other out, then this Orc Savage deals with the Bone Archer. Death first doesn't fucking matter because we've already won that fight for 1 good hit on their chief. Not ideal, but Legion Warrior and the Demon Blade cancel each other out. We can use the Orc Skirmisher to deal with the ability on the Demon Warlock so he doesn't summon a 4th card. And we can put Legion Archer there in the back to deal with the... Warlock and the Necromancer if we need to, and he can tie with the Bone Archer that potentially pops up. Even if we lose all 3 of our guys, we do have the emergency card that should still play. Ooh, okay, well. Plan has already gone off the rails. I don't know about this. Yep. Plan is already off the rails. Okay. 1 HP is not a terrible loss, though. I will accept that one. It's just a little hard when the enemy commander has 8 still. That's all. Okay, my thought here is the Bandit Axeman is going to get a free shot on the Bone Archer. He's probably still going to curse, though. So when he squares up with the Demon Blade, it doesn't matter. He's probably still going to die either way. But our Legion Warrior will have a shield because the Axeman died. He'll be able to take out the Demon Blade, and then the Orc Skirmisher behind him. And yeah, that is my current thought process, and I'll put a Legion Mage back there just in case something goes awry. Yep, and they curse. They square off, Demon Blade wins. Warrior gets a shield. Takes out the Skirmisher. I can live with that. Okay. Dun. Okay, Bone Warrior and Demon Blade will take each other out. Wait, actually, I can throw an Elven Defender in there. That will give him an extra shield to work with. So between them, the Bone Warrior will win the first round against the Demon Blade. He'll lose the shield that he got. So when he goes up against the Demon Lancer, he'll still win that fight too. But then the Bandit Druid will come into play. He'll beat the asses of my Bone Warrior and Elven Defender. But that is where we have a Bandit Spear Thrower in there. And our Bone Warrior from the first round, when he died, will come back around and deal with the Demon Lancer that comes back from the Druid's revival. Very cognitive. I'm gonna keep on saying that because it is extremely much the case. Alright, yep, beat your ass. Alright, back of the line. Wins there. Oh. Hey, that also works. That also works. I will take that. I need to, like, think about getting the spear thrower into the gameplay more often, honestly. This kind of sucks a little bit. Okay, let's think it through. I am going to redraw on the Elven Archer, though. Legion Warrior, that might actually come in handy. Okay, we're going to throw the Demon Blade out there. And the Bone Warrior will tie. Bone Warrior goes back to 4th slot. We put the Legion Warrior in play after that point. He'll have a shield, but he'll deal with the Demon Blade at that point and the Lancer. But we'll still have another Bone Warrior at that point to contend with. So we counter him with the Demon Warlock. I think that's a pretty solid plan. I'll take it. I will. I will take that every fucking day. We will start off an annoying ass Bone Warrior there. Hey, yeah, exactly. A dub is a dub. Okay. Bone Warrior. What is that lineup? What is that lineup? I don't know what it is, but I'll take it. It's weird, but I'll take it. Means I really shouldn't have to think about it too hard. If they're all archers, warriors should cover the spread the whole way. Absolute cinema. And that is how we won Tyrant Vel'Karalskard. What the shit was that ending? I guess RNG does occasionally, like, tilt in the player's favor. Okay, we're not far enough along to open up the rest of that part of the map, so I guess we gotta drift back in the opposite direction and see what we can do about Dreadlord Nexarus. Yeah, that man just gave up. He was like, just put all the archers in the front, I'm done. I'm out. Okay, so the problem with Dreadlord Nexarus is that anytime that we attack him, he automatically gets 1 health tick against us in return, just direct damage to our champion. In which, like, King Baron is still a nice choice, but he's not maybe the optimal one for this one. So I feel like either War Chief Lazgub or Tyrant Velkaroth are going to be the way to go. Just because if we can get a demon champion, or a demon to hit the opposite champion, we get an extra damage on that round. Or if we put 2 orc units next to each other in play, then we get an extra health back with War Chief Lazgub. And I don't think that there's technically an upper end on that. Let's be a little spicy. Let's play Tyrant Velkaroth. I don't know how it'll go, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we will start off with Legion Mage. He will deal with the Bone Warrior, but that sends Bone Warrior to the back. Then when the Bone Archer comes up against him, Legion Mage transforms into a Legion Warrior instead. And his transmutation will not cue the Berserker Rage of the Bandit Axeman, because he'll be a warrior by then. Because transforms go first, as noted right here. On this very helpful line that tells you what type of card goes first. Okay, so... Said Legion Mage will lose that next round against the Bandit Axeman, just because he has the Undead Curse on him. Then... hopefully by then our Legion Mage in the second spot is still a mage and he can deal with the Bandit Axeman. Then there'll still be the Bone Warrior to contend with. He should be able to do that. So theoretically, if our Demon Lancer here in the back gets to hit Dreadlord Nexus, we'll do 2 damage instead of 1. I don't fucking know anything after, like, the first 3 moves. Okay, he comes back across and hits us for 1. Okay. Viable strategy. Viable strategy. Okay, done. Okay, we're going to be extra annoying. We'll pit the Demon Warlock against the Bone Warrior. That sends the Bone Warrior to the back. Then the Demon Warlock and the Bone Necromancer will each take each other out. That's going to put a Bone Archer further back. Wait, no. Hold on. It gets real hard to think through all of these. Especially when you have the mind of a fucking goldfish as far as memory is concerned with ADHD. It's rough. Okay. Demon Warlock takes out the Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior gets sent to the 4th slot. Or the Boneyard, pardon. Demon Warlock and Bone Necromancer take each other out. Demon Warlock summons a warrior to my back line. Ooh, wait. If a friendly adjacent unit dies, summon a Bone Archer on the back line. Okay, so that's just going to automatically put 2 archers in a row then. So we're going to need the Demon Blade. Actually, you know what? We'll throw the Legion Warrior up there, because that'll deal with the Spear Thrower and the Bone Archer. I swear my brain is braining. But then the Bone Archer is going to curse the Legion Warrior, and then the Bone Warrior is going to get back up and fight the Legion Warrior again, and the Legion Warrior will die. Shit. Okay, Bandit Druid though. We're not going to get a freebie hit on Nexus, but we might be able to pull off some shenanigans. Let's see how this part goes. Checks out so far. They square off. Demon Blade Warrior goes to our backline. Okay. Yep. Now he gets cursed. Undead Warrior automatically wins there, but gets revived. We kill the Bone Warrior. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, and we got Savage Strategist as an achievement for dealing 4 damage to a champion in a single round. If you could limit it to a combination of like the Bone Warriors and like the demon types, that so far that seems like the most pain in the ass combination to work around. All right. Continuing that line of thought, we're going to stick with Tyrant Velkaroth. All right, see, this one is a little bit trickier. We need to deal with the Spear Thrower, but whoever we put up there, if we were to do a warrior, the Bandit Axeman would get a free attack on them. Just out of the gate. So why don't we just be an asshole and send our own Axeman out there? we'll put the Elven Defender in there so that the Spear Thrower's preemptive strike doesn't queue. But then that's going to leave us with the Bone Necromancer in the back, and when he dies, he'll summon a Bone Archer. We might end up just tying this round. Let's see how it plays. Okay. Against Nexus, that's not the worst option because he doesn't get a free hit on us either. Okay. So we pit the Demon Blade against the Bone Archer. Demon Blade wins that one. But then he loses to the Bone Warrior absolutely and completely in the next round. So then Bone Warrior will get back up. And to prevent the Axeman's attack, we need to have a mage in the second slot. That's fine. And we'll put the Demon Warlock in the back just so we get like a 2-point hit if we actually get through the entire line. Shit, we've already gone off course. I guess it still technically works because our demon is the one actually doing the damage, so we get the 2-point hit instead of 1. Then his retaliatory strike knocks us down 1. That's still works. Still works. Okay. We've got a Bone Warrior up front, but we cannot place a mage or archer on the first or second round because the Spear Thrower will take priority if they're in the second, and then the Tactical Retreat Elven Ranger move to the back of the line and free attack on a frontline major archer, yeah. So basically we need to warriors, and this is just not gonna shake out. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, but what if... What if we do this, then? We'll put the Orc Skirmisher up here. And normally he would immediately die, but we'll put the Orc Shaman there on the second point. With the shield, the Skirmisher will survive. I think you should play Pot of Greed. Believe me, I would if I could. If they would let me have it, I would be playing some Pot of Greed. Okay, so our Orc Skirmisher with a shield will survive against the Bone Warrior and take him out. That puts Bone Warrior in the back, but then the Orc Skirmisher will die when he goes up against the bandit spear thrower. That's not the worst thing. The problem is, when we get to the orc shaman who provided the initial shield, hold on. Wait. Okay. That's still not going to work. I was thinking that maybe the Bone Necromancer would be a good option to counter the Bone Warrior when he beats the Skirmisher, but then we immediately have the final detail where it says preemptive strike before attack, whereas our Orc Skirmisher over here is on attack, so he wouldn't be able to disable that ability fast enough. So that will not work to our ends. What if we stack Orc Shamans like that? Because the only part that they won't automatically get a free shot on a major archer is if, like, we put one in the back. It might work. I don't know if they were going to get a 2 HP hit, but we'll try it. Oh, shit. Nah, that's no good. That's no good at all. That backfired pretty heavily. Okay. Bone Warrior versus Bone Archer. Both of them. Warrior wins the round, but he loses immediately to the next Bone Warrior because he has the Death Curse. We'll put the Bone Necromancer immediately behind him to deal with the Bone Warrior. Necromancer gonna lose to the Spear Thrower. Shit. Free attack on an enemy mage or archer directly behind them. On round start, free attack a frontline enemy archer or warrior. I think that should work, though. Maybe. Problem is that damn spear thrower. Odds were a little too stacked against us. I don't think this is. Yeah, even if we technically got really lucky on this one, it would not work out. Because as soon as we hit Nexorus, he's going to hit us back. We hit him, he comes across, hits us. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's just a rough one. the hard one. I actually think I'm probably going to go back to our first one, maybe. Just to disable the ability of whoever's on the back line. Okay, you're immediately going to become an axeman. So Demon Warlock should be able to deal with the Conjurer, well, both axemen, without Berserk Rage actually firing off. And then an Orc Savage should be able to deal with the Bone Archer. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Decent start. Decent start. Okay, we'll play the Bandit Druid here. He'll take out the Bone Warrior. He'll tie with the Necromancer, but then the Necromancer will put a Archer next in line after this one. So then we need a Warrior. And then when it's all said and done, the Bone Warrior is going to stand back up. So we'll need to take him out again. And hopefully with this kind of setup, we should have at least 2 people standing at the end of it. Hopefully. That's the dream. Okay, he gets cursed. Undead Warrior stands back up. Loses the fight. Druid revives him anyways. Wins this round. 2 damage to Exorus. Okay, we're tied now. Okay, we'll pit the Demon Warlock against the Bandit Axeman. Berserk Rage won't fire because it is a mage. Axeman dies. Warlock goes up against Necromancer. They kill each other off. But that puts a Blade Warrior in my backline and a Archer in theirs. That's... the Elfin Conjurer is still a Conjurer because they're in the back of the line. Okay, at that point, the Spear Throwers should be able to deal with Conjurer. And then there'll still be a Bone Archer back there to deal with. Spear Thrower and the Archer will take each other out. I think this should do it. If our spear thrower has an extra shield, I think this should do it. Oh shit. Oh yes, demonic possession. That was not ideal, but if I can get one hit in, if I can get one fucking hit in, I win this round. Yeah, first, I guess it's like a case where the curse overrides the ability to be shielded, like a physical versus magical attack type deal, where the death curse takes priority. Okay, so let's logic through this one. Legion Warrior takes out the Bone Archer, but he gets hit with the Death Curse, so when he goes up against the Bone Warrior, they do take each other out. No, Legion Warrior automatically dies to the Bone Warrior at that point. However, we revive him using the Bandit Druid. Bone Warrior goes to the back, Legion Warrior goes to the back. Bandit Druid and the Bone Necromancer square off. They kill each other off, but then that summons a Bone Archer. A Legion Mage becomes a Legion Warrior to deal with the Bone Archer. Bone Archer dies. He curses the now Legion Warrior. However, our first Legion Warrior is in the back now and gets a shield as he watches the transformed one die. He gets the one hit we need. I'm really crossing my fingers that that's how this plays out. Okay, Death Curse. Bone Warrior wins this round. But our Legion Warrior gets revived. Bandit Druid takes out the... Yep, okay. Then the Necromancer and the Druid take each other out. Legion Mage and changes with the Bone Archer. Gets cursed. Bone Warrior kills Legion Warrior. Second Legion Warrior gets a shield. He wins. Gets the last HP. Woo! As big a pain in the ass as that was, this one's going to be even more so. Because Nexus is going to have the most HP that he's had the entire time. Shit. All you need to do is win. I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh. Hold on. Can we? Okay, we can't restrict ourselves to a certain set of cards, so never mind. Here's where it's going to get tricky because disabling the backline ability is really handy, but we're going to have to make every time that we hit this guy really count. So it's either got to be Velkaroth or Lazgub, because we're not going to outlast him otherwise. Okay. Bone Warrior against the Bandit Spear Thrower. He wins that round. He immediately loses to the Necromancer, but that just sends him to the final phase. Oh, that is nasty combination right there. Necromancer and Bandit Druid. Damn it, I was really hoping for an Orc Archer to disable that ability. Because this is how I see that going down. We actually do take out the Necromancer and even the Bandit Druid. The problem is going to be that immediately afterwards there's a Bone Archer, and the Necromancer is immediately brought back in, and then there's going to be another Archer if his ability queues a second time. I don't know that it would, but we'll see. That's all I can say is we'll see. Spear Thrower should deal with most of the shit. And then the Orc Savage should be able to deal with the Bone Archer, but we'll only get like one hit in instead of two if it plays out like that. I don't know. Let's run it. Ooh, that's actually super helpful in this instance. Okay. Still rough. Looking slightly better, though. Alright. Legion Mage should be able to take out the Bone Warrior. That sends the Bone Warrior to the 4th slot. Or Bone Pile. Yeah. That's the problem. It doesn't put him in an actual slot. It puts him over there in the Bone Pile until everything else is dealt with. Okay, but Legion Mage deals with Bone Warrior. Pushes him to the back. Bone Archer takes out a Legion Mage. Oh wait, no he doesn't, because Legion Mage turns into a warrior at that point. But then the now Legion Warrior does get the Death Curse and automatically loses... Oh wait, hold on. No. The Legion Warrior loses to the Bone Archer because the Elven Defender has put a shield on the Archer at that point. But we're also going to push shield on our guy, because fuck all of this. course, if we can disable the undead curse, that helps us out a great deal. That might work. I know there's like, I know that I'm taking very long pauses to think through all this. I'm trying my best to put everything out there, but I'm trying to work like 18 different angles how this is going to play out. I'm sorry. Wait, what if we put the Demon Blade in the back here? Legion Mage deals with the Bone Warrior. Sends the Bone Warrior to the Bone Pile. That's not a problem. Legion Mage becomes a warrior going up against the Bone Archer. He does win, but then he gets the Undead Curse, and the shield really doesn't end up mattering a whole lot. Because the Undead Curse takes effect anyways. Okay, so let's put the Orc Skirmisher in there. And then at that point, I think that Legion Warrior loses to the Elven Defender. And the Bone Warrior comes back around. Bone Warrior defeats the Skirmisher, takes out the Demon Blade. I think we just kind of end out on a tie there. Which is probably not the worst thing, considering if we hit Nexurus, it's just going to do damage to us too. Alright, well, none of that shook out the way that I was hoping. So the next 2 rounds, we're going to have to get 3 damage in apiece. I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, Bone Warrior takes out Spear Thrower. Takes out Bone Archer, but then gets cursed. Bone Warrior loses to the Necromancer anyways. Our Demon Lancer then takes out the Necromancer, but that spawns a Bone Archer. Oh, wait. Before attack, free attack on an enemy mage or archer behind the front lines. Shit. Okay, so it has to be a warrior in order for that to not queue. So what if we do polymorph here? So that copies into a Bone Warrior. That works out so far. Bone Necromancer and Legion Mage would end up attacking each other and tying, except that puts a Bone Archer on their back line. But allegedly at that point we would have 2 Bone Warriors in play. So what if we make things real fucking tricky for them? What if we do this? Will we get a Bone Warrior immediately back in play and one in the Boneyard? Does that work? Can we even do that? I guess we're gonna see. It's technically possible to pull this off, technically speaking. But everyone is going to have to survive is the problem. Okay, on round start, move to the back line, free attack a frontline mage or warrior, so it has to be a warrior on the front side. Problem then becomes Ranger's in the back now, and there are 2 bandit axemen in a row. But nah, I still don't think we're going to be able to really pull that one off. Because the Ranger's going to move to the back first. The Conjurer is going to become an Axeman. This Axeman does survive the first round, but then he only ties with the second Axeman. Then we still have the Ranger to deal with at that point. I think this is going to be a heartbreaking case of where we are like 1 HP away from winning, but we're not there. Let me go through it one more time, though. Ranger moves to the back. The attack does not queue because it's a warrior up front. And there are 2 Axemen back to... Oh, shit. There are 2 Axemen back to back. We win the first round because we have a shield on him, but he loses and ties to the second one. Then we still have the archer sitting there in the back. I'm running a whole bunch of mental numbers and none of them are checking out. I unfortunately think we lose this time again. That is what I think of you, Nexorus. All right. We will try one more time, but then I'm going to leave it off there for the It really is a brutal ass ability. I mean, I will try War Chief Lasga, but just because it seems to be really hard to make sure that a demon is the one who actually gets to do the damage there at the end. It might be a little bit easier to like be able to pair two orcs in the same string of attacks. Okay, Warlock takes out the Axeman, but he immediately gets revived and puts in the 4th slot. Because the Druid revives him. But we also have the ability to nix that ability. So maybe he doesn't revive. Then, in which case, the Warlock and the Druid would just take each other out cleanly and would not revive the Axeman. But that would put a Demon Blade Warrior in our back line. Then the Orc Skirmisher and the Bone Archer would just both kind of take each other out. And that would leave our Necromancer. Oh, wait, hold on. That would leave our Necromancer up. Wow, hold on. Recalibrating. The Skirmisher and the Archer would take each other out. However, that would leave our Savage up there, and because we have these two orcs next to each other, we regenerate 1 HP, which offsets the 1 hit that we take, theoretically. Oh, look. Are you fucking shitting me? We apparently have a cap of 4 HP. So we can't regenerate beyond the 4. I didn't know about that one. I know now. Okay, we're gonna put the Bandit Axeman up there. Hold on. You couldn't have given me a different mage. All right. We're just gonna like mirror match it basically. Okay, the 2 Bone Warriors should just take each other out. The Bandit Axemen may take each other's Bone Warriors out, and then they'll take each other out. That's fine. Bone Warrior hits the Bone Archer. Big whoop. Death Curse upon our Bone Warrior there. He's gonna die anyways. They only have 1 Bone Warrior that resurrects. Let's just roll those dice. Okay, a tie is still okay. Okay, immediately the Bone Warrior is going to start with a shield, which is kind of some horseshit. We can kind of mitigate that with the Axeman, though. So they'll take each other out, but the Bone Warrior just goes into the bone pile for the time being. Then we'll put the Banded Druid up there because he will put our Axeman back into play and take out the Defender. But then... that ability is troublesome. Wait a tick. Hold on. Come around, start protecting the unit in front of you with a shield. What if we steal that shield? What if we do that? Okay, so then that Lancer steals the shield, wins against the Bone Warrior, loses against the Elven Defender. If facing a major archer. Oh, good catch. Yeah. See, after so long trying to calculate trajectories like this, I start missing out on small details like that. That was a really good catch. Looks like another
denizen just dropped in.
Hey there, James. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay here in Manticore's Den. I do very much appreciate the follow. I'm struggling too. We need to combine brain power. I believe me. I get it, brother. I get it. Woo lad. Okay. Banded Axeman will sort of mitigate it, send Bone Warrior to the back. We can't put a mage or an archer in the second slot is the problem. So Axeman and the Bone Warrior cancel each other out. The Demon Blade and the Defender cancel each other out. Then we still need to deal with the Spear Thrower, which is problematic because we don't have another warrior. Oh, wait, now we do. But then that still puts the Bone Warrior back into play. I'm a dev of the game. Thanks for playing. Hey, thank you guys for, letting me know it was out there. I posted out on Blue Sky that I was doing Steam Next Fest, and I believe it was maybe Andy that reached out to me and said, hey, check out our card battler, and it's been a very fun time, and I appreciate y'all suggesting it to me. It's been a very fun time playing, and here in just a little bit, win, lose, or draw, whatever happens with this match, I will be doing a quick drawing and giving away the other Steam key that y'all provided me with. So, once again, thank you. Right, also, Nexurus is an asshole. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Nexurus is an asshole. They take each other out. Yep, get back up. I'm going to have to get at least 3 damage on the next 2 rounds, and that's going to be such a fucking gambit. Okay. What about this then? We do the Orc Shaman up front. He deals with the Defender. Because the Defender can't put the shield on himself. But the Orc Shaman will put a shield on whoever is behind him. If we do the Orc Skirmisher, allegedly, he should kill the ability of Healing Wind so that he won't revive the Elven Defender. Then the Shaman and the Bandit Druid will take each other out. At that point, the Skirmisher will go up against the Necromancer, but then he will summon a Bone Archer back there. So, Archer. Our Legion Warrior will have an extra... He'll have an extra shield, but that really doesn't benefit us here. Excuse me, Fugi, what the fuck are you doing? Stop it. Get out of here. I have no idea why it pops up there sometimes. It has a fucking mind of its own. Yeah, and we do have... That is a fine point. We do have 2 orcs next to each other, so we do get at least 1 HP back. So we'll at least maintain the status quo there. Damn it! That was not the plan. Oh well. I will take it. Ooh, lad. Okay. Okay, Demon Warlock up against the Bandit Axeman. His rage won't Q because it's a mage. But the Necromancer will then generate a Bone Archer on the back line. The Warlock and the Necromancer will take each other out. Then we have to deal with the Bone Warrior and then a Bone Archer. Then a Bone Warrior again when the Bone Warrior dies. So... I am running out of brain juice for this bullshit. Oh my god. So we need to more immediately deal with the Bone Warrior then. We can put a Demon Warlock in there to go up against the Bone Warrior, take him out. Then the Bone Archer kills the Demon Warlock. That summons another Demon Blade Warrior. At that point, we should... Huh. And I don't even know anymore. Let's roll for fucking chaos. I'm losing it. They take each other out. That summons a warrior for me. Bone Warrior goes into the bone pile. Archer takes out. Summons a warrior. Yep. Alright, we have to regenerate health this round. And of course we do not get the fucking cards for it. Damn it! I hate it. Oh. Fuck me, you're running. We can technically... It's technically possible to do 4 HP damage, but not like this. I don't think. Okay. Okay. Okay, Bandit Axeman takes out the Bone Warrior, but that just puts the Bone Warrior in the back line. And causes the Necromancer to put a Bone Archer in the back. Necromancer would take out the Axeman at that point. You'd get the Bone Archer to kill the Necromancer. Damn it. And then there's still the preemptive strike to deal with. So it would just have to be a warrior in the second slot as well. But with the shield, he would at least feasibly survive the encounter. And then take out the spear thrower. Problem is, that puts the Bone Archer behind him. That's fine. But the problem comes in that he will have a death curse, and their Bone Warrior will pop back up. And kill him. So we would have to do 4 HP worth of damage. Basically no time at all. With 1 card. Yeah, sadly, I think that's gonna be the end. Because even if the Bone Necromancer revives the Legion Warrior, that's still only 2 HP. We did not get an Orc card to heal, or 2 Orc cards to heal, rather. So I think that's just it. Unfortunate, but such that it is. Oh, we gave it our best, chat. We gave it our best. All right. So, final reminder, if you would like to enter for a free Steam key to play Blades, Bows, and Magic yourself, it is down in the channel points below. You can hit that still while I'm figuring out how to actually do my spinny wheel of chance, because I've only done it like 1 time ever. Do I even remember? Oh, this is... Oh, that's problematic. I don't even remember how to do my spinny wheel of doom. All right, hang on. I've got to do a little bit of last second Googling. We're doing this live while I'm already low on brain juice. Hang tight for me. I promise I'll figure it out. Okay. I may just have to figure that out another time. I'm kind of on the tired end by this point because I've hit the usual 4-hour limit of what I can do after I get off of work. So let me go ahead and bring us back over to the den. I will do a separate little recording, and based on the names that I have over here in my entry list, I'll record that just so that y'all see that it did happen the way it did. So let's go back to the den. Hang on. Hang on. I'm doing a think funk. Hang on. I knew I'd created one somewhere. Yep. I thought so. I knew I put that son of a bitch somewhere. Hang on. It's a little tiny bit wonky though. Hang on. Let me drop that back out of existence for a second. All right, so for the entries, Okay, well. Nope. The only two entries that I actually have listed in the queue are Drace and Retro, so I guess we'll throw them out there. All right, so now the question becomes, how do I actually give it a spin? Yep. Okay. Yeah, the code, the underlying code, not quite there. So we'll do this the old-fashioned way. All right, well, Drace, I have with me a D20. Do you want 1 through 10 or 11 through 20? You want 11 through 20. Okay. Right, and that is a 6. So Retro is our winner for the evening. Congratulations, Retro. I will be sending you the Steam key very shortly. All right. I promise next time that we have an actual Steam key giveaway, I will probably try to be a slight bit better prepared with the actual wheel and the underlying code. First one, though, you got to expect scuff. Anyways, it has been a lovely evening of playing Blades, Bows, and Magic and getting my ass kicked by Nexurus, whatever the hell his name is, Bone Lord. And a very kind thank you once again to our friends over here at the Funk Games Collective. Thank you for sharing with me your wonderful, wonderful game, and I hope that lots of other people get to test it out themselves. All right. But that has been it for the evening. I hope that you all have enjoyed it. As per always, if you have spent any amount of time with us here this evening, thank you. You could have spent this time with quite literally any other streamer doing any other thing, but you chose to be here with me. And I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. All right. While I'm looking for someone to rate us over into, I'm going to go ahead and throw our socials up here for you. All right, up on this first one, we do have our Blue Sky Telenym and all our other links associated. In the second one here, if you are curious about the lore, because there are occasionally a few people who are, I do have a few recordings out there because audios I can do, lore videos are kind of expensive. A little outside of the budget right now. Of course, we have the VOD channel over here on the third one. If you've missed any of our previous streams or you want to see some shorts, I do have that YouTube channel up and running. The fourth one over here, the most important one to me, if you would like to join the Ruined City Discord, you are more than welcome to do so. All you gotta do is hit that link up. And if for whatever reason you feel like you want to contribute to the den, you are welcome to do so, but make sure that you are taking care of yourself first. If you have some funny money after that, then you can spend it on me if you feel like, but always make sure you are taking care of you. All right. And this very last one, of course, we have a raid message for whoever we go over into, but let me find out who is actually live right now. Well, I have a name or two that I can pick out, but let's see who has been live for the longest. Oh, they've been at that for a while. Hold on. Um, well, okay. You know what? We're gonna go from one type of Coliseum to another. We're actually gonna raid over into Porcelain Maid. I know, shocker, right? Anyways, once again, thank you for dropping in. I hope you have enjoyed your time. And I will see you again this coming Thursday. Probably going to be playing Vampire Crawlers, but subject to change. All right. Thank you again for coming and hang out with me. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And until next we meet, please do take care of yourselves. Bye for now.